Is your transmission shifting hard or acting like it is stuck in second gear when you pull away from a stoplight? If your car is in limp mode and you see a P0990 code, your transmission fluid pressure sensor circuit has a high voltage problem. This is a generic code that is especially common on Honda vehicles, but it can show up on almost anything from a Chevy to a Toyota. The sensor, which we often call the transmission fluid pressure sensor or switch E, is usually tucked away inside the transmission on the valve body, or sometimes it is bolted directly to the outside of the transmission case. Its job is to tell the computer exactly how much hydraulic pressure is moving around so it can time the shifts perfectly and manage the feel of each gear change. When the signal voltage goes too high and stays there, the computer gets confused and tries to protect the transmission by changing the shift quality or locking you into a second or third gear start. This is usually caused by a short to power in the signal wire or a ground wire that has come loose or broken. Of course, the sensor itself could be internally shorted. Start your diagnosis by checking for technical service bulletins, as there might be a known software update or a specific harness repair for your car. Next, find the sensor and check the connector for any signs of trouble like burnt pins or moisture. Since these sensors are often exposed to the road elements, corrosion is a very common problem that can lead to a high resistance or a short. Clear the code and see if it comes back. If it does, get out your digital multimeter. With the key on and the engine off, check for 5 or 12 volts at the connector. If the voltage is wrong, you are looking at a wiring repair or a computer issue. If the wiring is fine, test the resistance of the sensor itself and compare it to the factory specs. If the sensor is dead, you will have to replace it, which might involve dropping the transmission pan and getting a bit messy. If you are not comfortable working with transmission fluid or delicate internal components like the valve body, this is definitely a job for a professional transmission shop. Transmission work can get expensive fast if you make a mistake, so do not hesitate to call in the pros if the fix isn't a simple wire repair. Keeping your transmission fluid clean and fresh is the best way to prevent these sensors from failing and keeping your ride smooth for hundreds of thousands of miles.